going out to catch my horse.
What for?
So I can work him.
To be catched this morning. I can catch Biscuit for you. He's right here. No, Mouse. No. We're gonna work this morning. Dad says we're gonna work this morning. There, honey, I helped you catch your horse. What would you do without me?
Crumble up and die.
You'd have been walking all over these hills trying to catch that horse this morning if it weren't for me.
Absolutely.
Give me a tidbit. Why do you use a rope halter versus a, what are the other ones called?
Web halter?
Web halter.
Because the web halter is wide.
Yep.
And they can learn to lay against it with these knots and this thin rope. They become more responsive and they don't get lazy and just lay against that.
Oh, very good.
The other thing is, these are all hand tied. This is all one piece of rope. Everything is just one piece of rope. So there's no hardware. So you get a horse that pulls back and fights, there's nothing to break. This won't break.
Oh.
If a horse sets back against a halter and breaks a snap or the brass ring or anything, it learns immediately, hey, I can do that. And then it don't take once or twice, and then it's in the habit, and that's a really hard habit to break. But they pull back against this, they accomplish nothing. And it doesn't encourage that habit.
Must work because our horses don't pull back.
No, they don't. He's a little out of shape physically and mentally from being off all day. I just want to go ahead and touch on something here. Hey. When we groom our horses after winter, we come in, they start shedding, we groom them. We're not going to do that this morning. You stand there and be still. It's good to groom them, but there's some things that I used to do that I don't do anymore when I groom my horses. And I don't recommend anybody does. Now, when he starts shedding and all his winter hair is gone and I want to clean him up, I'll come in here and I'll just kind of trim these whiskers off. It doesn't make a difference. But I do not shave the whiskers off of his nose. Okay? These little whiskers up here, I don't shave them, and I don't recommend anybody does. Those are very delicate. The horse is tactile. This is a blind spot. So he explores his world here, and these whiskers are like little antennae that help him explore the world. And when you shave them off, that's just one more thing that's gone. Now I'll clean these just to trim him up, make him look good. Mm-hmm. The other thing I won't do is I don't ever shave out their ears. Now where he's got this sticking out past his ears, I might, when it's time to clean him, I might come in here and just clean that. But I leave all this in here. I'll trim it so it's not sticking out here like an old man's ear hair. But I won't, because that protects the inside of his ear from flies and gnats and bees and stuff. And that's in there for a reason. So I don't shave the inside of his ears out. And one thing I don't normally do that I probably will do on him this year eventually, back over here and be still and quit. I know all the horses are over there. Is I might cut a bridle path for him. Not a real common thing in cowboy horses, I guess, working horses. But he has such a obnoxiously thick mane that it just really gets tangled up in the way with the headstall. So eventually later I may cut a short bridle path in here. I don't normally do it, but I might with him. I hadn't decided yet.
You know, this is why I don't trim my ear hairs too. You know?
Yeah, all the ones on the bottom of your chin.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What about yours? Is that why you don't trim the ones on the bottom of your chin?
They protect me from flies and ticks and gnats and ear mites. So we came out last night and I spent a lot of time. His mane was really bad from being turned out in the pasture all winter. I spent a lot of time detangling it and getting it out.
What'd you use?
I used MTG, male mane tail grower, which is also a detangler. Words are hard. I think.
Words are hard.
And it worked well. But I like to get a horse that I'm working. I like to keep them brushed and combed and keep the male straight. It's just a sign of just personal pride.
Yeah.
You know, personal, and it, you know, the horse don't care, but it still gives him some respect.
Hey,
the
rude.
Other thing is,
rude.
The other thing is, the more that you work with your horse and stuff like that, the easier they are with everything else, because it's just
rude.
So if you've got a horse that's just kind of, just a little fractious, you can check it out. The more time you spend currying him, brushing him, combing his mane, the more he gets used to standing there with you fuzzling around him. And it's just good for him all the way around.
Gee, why do the horses like me so much, Dewayne?
Because you wear jackets that you keep treats in the pocket. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but it ain't personal love for you.
I know. I know it. Hey, if somebody fed me treats all the time,
why do addicts love their dealers?
I'd be their friend.
Is that why you like me? Because I buy you bacon?
Bacon and chocolate. Right, Mouse? Do you like some chocolate? He's got a wonky. There. You want some bacon? what's your plan right now?
Here in a minute, I'm gonna let him stand there for a minute and soak. Then we're gonna go in the round pen. I'm gonna lunge him for a little bit, get his mind started back on me. Then I'm gonna ride him in the round pen and get him back to where he's listening. Shelby rode him a couple of days ago and she said his brain was just turned off. He wasn't neck craning, he just didn't want to work.
Mouse.
So I'm gonna.
You've been winterizing.
I'm gonna get him back in working mode. Now, I expect, knowing him, just knowing horses and knowing him, I expect that he will not be as resistant to me because he knows me, and he knows he'll not get away with as much with me as he would with Shelby. A lot of these experienced, veteran, smart horses, like I've said before, they're like a kid with a new babysitter. You know, it's like they know when they go to grandma's house or when they're home with mama, which one lets them get away with more, and or when they're out spending the day with dad versus out spending the day with mama, they behave totally different. They know, and the horses are the same way. They know, and so he will be sluggish with me, lazy and a bit resistant, but he won't be as bad with me as he would with Shelby.
Yeah.
Or with you. And he's not, I need to reiterate this, he's not wild. You know, it's not his rebellion is not bucking, it's not trying to run you under a tree. He's just not responsive. I'll go do this, but I'm not going to be real responsive about it. And I've got a couple things coming up where I need to go help some guys work some cattle, and I need him to be responsive. I don't want to be out there dragging around on a pressure treated 6x6 that I'm riding. I want him back in tune listening.
Right.
So that's what we're going to work on.
All right. Exciting. Mouse, are you excited?
Didn't he look it?
What you doing, Will? What you doing?
Great. Talking about your trot the other day, my feet are not even in the stirrup. But if I set up straight and I'm relaxed and I get in time with him, there's no bounce. Okay? When you push with your feet in the stirrups, that's where you get your bounce. Or when you clench with your knees. But if you can set up and get in time and relax and move with his timing, that's how you sit the trot. Ooh. You gotta relax. Now he's actually got the edge off of him. He's trotting a little nicer than he normally does. There you go. Ooh, nice. Come on. Nope. Nope. There it is. There it is. All right. So when you're trotting, if you carry weight in your stirrups or you clench with your knees, the horse comes up and you come up. all right, with each step. But when the horse drops, you've got a split second where you're suspended because you can't release that as fast as he drops. All right, so he comes up, you come up. You drop, he drops, and then you drop. That's exactly what it feels like, isn't it? But if you're relaxed on him and get in time, he comes up, you come up, he comes down, you come down. Because you're just sitting in the saddle. All right, you're not trying to create a suspension here because you cannot physically get in time with him suspended. When he drops, and then you're going to drop. And then when he drops, you're going to drop. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So it's relaxation.